The Velveteen Rabbit. A soft and fluffy velveteen rabbit lived in the toy box in a boy's room. Each day, the boys opened the toy box and picked up the velveteen rabbit. The velveteen rabbit felt as happy as the boy. Then newer, bright toys come into the toy box. They had special tricks. Some called move when the boys push a button and other buttons high. The Velvet Rabbit had no special tricks or buttons. After a while, the boys started to choose the others' new toys. At the night, when the toys were back in the toy box, the other toys talked with pride about the fine things they could do. The Velvet Rabbit was quiet. There was not much to say. The only other toys in the toy box that was soft and fluffy like the Velvet Rabbit and could not do anything fancy tricks was a cowboy horse. Cowboy horse was old and most of his fur was worn away. Cowboy horse said to Velvet Rabbit, "Do not listen to the rest of them. Soft toys like us are really the lucky ones. We can love the most, and when soft toys get love enough, we can become real." "What do you mean real?" said the Velvet Rabbit. "Being real is the best," said the cowboy horse. "You can move when you want. When you are real, if you are loved, you can show the love back." One day, Nana, who took care of the boy, flew open the lid of the toy box. She said in a bassy tone, "Oh dear, that walking doggy is missing. I must find something else for the boy." In a second, the Velvet Rabbit was plopped into the bed with the boy. This began another habit of Velvet Rabbit. Each night, the boy will hold the Velvet Rabbit close in his arms. In the morning, the boy will show the Velvet Rabbit how to make a rabbit hole under the seat. If the boy went outside to a picnic or to the park, the Velvet Rabbit will come with him. After all night that hugging and holding, much of Velvet Rabbit fur got melted down. Its pink nose grew less pink, but the Velvet Rabbit did not care. It was happy. One day the boy became sick. His forehead got very hot. The doctor came and went, and Nana walked back and forth in fear. Day after day, the boy stayed in the bed. There was nothing for Velvet Rabbit to do but to stay in the bed too, day after day. Then at last, the boy got better. Such joy in the house. The doctor said the boy must go to the shore. "How wonderful!" thought Velvet Rabbit. Many times the boy held talking with great excitement about the shore, about its white sandy shore and big blue ocean. "What about this old bunny?" Nana asked the doctor. That old thing," said the doctor. "It's full of scarlet fever germs. Burns it at once. Get him a new bunny." The Velvet Rabbit was thrown into a sack along with the boy's bed sheet and old clothes and a lot of junk. The sack was carried to the backyard. The gardener was told to burn the whole thing. But the gardener was too busy picking the beans and peas before nightfall, so he left the sack behind. "I will take care of it tomorrow," he said. The sack was not tied at the top, and the Velvet Rabbit fell out. The next day, when the gardener picked up the sack to take it away to burn, the Velveteen Rabbit was not in it. Then it started to rain. Velveteen Rabbit was fell sad, so far away from the boy, never again to be nice and cozy inside together, and now soaking wet too. A tear fell from Velveteen Rabbit's eyes. Over his cheek, it plopped into the grass. At all once, at the spot where the tear fell, a flower grew up. The bud of the flower opened. Inside was a tiny fairy. Little rabbit said, "Little rabbit," said the fairy, "do you know who I am?" "Shall I know you?" said the Velveteen Rabbit. "I'm the fairy that takes care of the toys that are well loved," said the fairy. By then, the Velveteen Rabbit was shabby and frayed. The boys had lost of all of its whisker. The pink lining in the earth had worn into light gray. Its dark brown spots, once fresh and bright, were now faded and hard to see. It is time for me to make you real," said the fairy. "I think I remember real," said the Velveteen Rabbit. What was in the cowboy horse head said, "Ah yes, when you are real, you move when you want to move. If you are loved, you can love back." With one touch of the fairy's wand, the Velveteen Rabbit felt different. Tickly, all of a sudden, into legs that had always been sewn together tight could move apart. A fly landed on Velveteen Rabbit's head. It was itchy and as quick as a wing. That fool was up of Velveteen Rabbit's head to shake it away. "So this is being real. I can move when I want to move." "I will show you some new friends," said the fairy. And the fairy took the Velveteen Rabbit to where several rabbits ran and hopped up above. Soon they were all great friends. Time went by. The boys came back from the shore, all better now. One day the boy went to the backyard to play. From the trees nearby, a few rabbits hopped out. One rabbit was brown all over, and another one was all white. A third rabbit was brown with spots that were still darker brown. Though the most of them faded, that rabbit hopped out close to the boy. The boy thought, "Why, these rabbits look just like my old bunny that was lost when I was sick. I love that bunny." When he didn't know this was his very own bunny come back to see the boy, for he was the reason the Velveteen Rabbit had become real. The end.